So now that you are here, I want you to go ahead and describe what you are feeling, what you are seeing in this dream.
Um, I can uh, I can feel it running. I can feel it running through my body. Um, the the tiny bubbles feel hot, and they make it so that I can't move, and it feels like my body feels really heavy. So it's not the same as what I'm familiar with. This is not the same. It moves in the same way, but it's not. This is like hot and heavy.
So here you are feeling these tiny bubbles. It's hot and heavy. It is not the same as the usual energy that you are able to sense into. This is different. What is different about it besides the heaviness and the hotness? Is there a different color, vibration, close?
It's black and blue and green
Mhm.
and unfamiliar.
It's black and blue and green. What is the unfamiliar part? Get close to that.
The flavor of it.
The flavor of it feels unfamiliar.
But it's tricky because it moves in the same way.
It's moving in the same way, and it's tricky because it moves in the same way. What is the way that in which it moves?
It moves through my body in a way like how bubbles go up from like champagne or something.
Mhm. Moving through your body like the way bubbles in champagne rise, move through the body in a glass.
Yeah.
Okay. And so let's get close to this unfamiliarness. What where do you feel it in your body? Where does it feel unfamiliar, or is it the entire feeling that feels unfamiliar?
Everything about this energy in this field is, well, not everything though. It moves in the same way. There's things that are familiar and things that aren't.
Mhm.
It doesn't feel like home. It's not like the other places that I've gone feel like, ah, like, of course. This doesn't feel like that. It feels like I don't know this or it's bad.
Mhm.
It's it's strange or evil.
Okay. So because it doesn't feel like home, because it's unfamiliar, it feels strange or it can feel bad. Okay. So let's move to that point in which you're feeling like this roller coaster moving through space. You have vertigo now. You're seeing the green and the blue.
Yeah, that feeling of moving is happening the whole time. It
Mhm.
just gets stronger and bigger in relation to everything else. So it feels like I'm zooming down the hill on a roller coaster, and that my cells and the molecules and the particles of energy are like getting left behind me in a trail. Like I could come apart, like dissolve into just a tracer.
Okay, so You're zooming so quickly that your molecules could be left behind. What happens if you slow the process down or just slow this down?
Well, that's what I'm doing right now, and
Okay.
it feels like hot and heavy, like these bubbles are hot lead,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really like my hands have gone all numb.
Mm-hmm.
My arms feel really, really heavy. Ugh.
Feeling like lead, arms feeling heavy.
So then it does still feel like I could come apart, though.
Mm-hmm. Does still feel like you can come apart.
Yeah, like this is so much bigger than me that it'll just whisk me right up away and apart.
Mm-hmm. And so, what happens if you come apart?
I don't know, but I fear it will eat me.
You don't
I
know.
it, I will like become it. I will dissolve into it.
You feel it like it may eat you and that you will dissolve and become it. What is it? Get close to this.
This is an energy body. This is an energy field.
Mm-hmm.
This is a different type of energy than I knew.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark and it feels like it's unfamiliar.
Mm-hmm. It's different. It's
Uh,
dark.
yeah, I've only out in nice places
Mm-hmm.
so far.
Okay. You've only hung out in nice places so far.
I don't
So,
think this is nice.
okay, so let's move to the blue dude. 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, go ahead and describe the blue dude.
I feel things going on in my body when I look at it.
Mm-hmm. What's going on? Go into your body. What's going on?
I just feel lots of movement.
Feel lots of movement. Where do you feel this movement in your body when you look at it?
Like all over, like my cells get all excited and jiggly. And they all like dance around like little jumping beans.
Cells are getting all excited, wiggly, jumping around like jumping beans. Mm-hmm.
I feel uh not threatened.
You feel not threatened.
Yeah, I feel like this is benign.
And this is benign. And so, what happens if you turn to the blue dude?
Uh-huh.
What's happening?
Okay. I don't know. I'm seeing that this is that energy is from that person or that being. That's, or, yeah, it's from really far away. It feels like it's from really far away. And maybe it's not. So it feels like, I don't know. The image I have is that blue thing was like driving that mass of energy somehow. Like I see it controlling it, like physically driving it.
Mm-hmm. So this blue dude was driving this energy that comes from really far away. And that's what it feels like.
So yeah. So then if I think of it that way, then it seems like, well, maybe then I just got tangled up with that by accident, and or whatever. I don't know. That was some other type of energy. That was um I don't know that I was learning anything or being given anything.
Did the energy pass through you?
Yeah, it like became me and almost molecularly blew me apart. So, yeah, it didn't feel like a download. Maybe I was being like, I don't know, it makes me think either that was just like, oops, but that doesn't make sense. They're not gonna, like, I don't know.
Let's
They're,
call let's call the blue dude back. And why don't you ask the blue dude what it's doing or why it's here or any question?
ew. Um, well, it's showing me that there's like a whole bunch of other ones of these things. That there's, but they're all like different. And like I see ones with like red and black fields, and one like they have, and the they're just different from each other. So there's like lots of them. And I don't know if this is like one being then has this huge, big, giant energy field that can just go around and mess people up, or if these represent like entire whatever, what would it be? Like species? I don't know, right? What's the word for that? I can't tell that, but there's a whole bunch more.
Mm-hmm.
And so that I think I just see that um almost like I've been playing around in this safe little bubble of like happy nice places, and that like I need to know that outside of that bubble there's a whole bunch of other shit going down. Um yeah,
So
and
you
yeah.
so there's a lot of others. There's a lot more And each one has perhaps a different color, and maybe they represent different species. And now you're realizing that you've been playing within this realm of certain light and frequency, but beyond this area is a lot more. There's a lot more. And are you ready? Do you want to explore more of what is here? What do you want to do?
Right now or in general?
Right now.
Oh. Yeah, I want to explore more.
Okay.
It looks like intergalactic Wild West.
Hmm.
It's not.
Intergalactic Wild West.
Yeah, like I'm not the what I'm seeing is not peaceful. I'm seeing like I wouldn't call it war, but I don't know. I see things going around and fucking with other people's things is what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm. So, what if you get close to one of these beings that is going around fucking with other people's things? Knowing that you can create any shield of protection, you've got your universal light with you and your deeper self, higher self.
Yeah, these things are they're empty.
So the ones that are going around fucking with other people's things are empty.
Yeah,
Mm.
they're empty and they're kind of like stray delinquent little energy blips that are just going around messing like they're inconsequential. They're like little they're kind of like mosquitoes or something.
Mm-hmm. So they're stray, they're inconsequential, they're like mosquitoes.
No, because that's wrong. Mosquitoes have substance. These things are empty. These are like maybe this is just um a different expression of evil.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just a different expression of evil.
So then what else is there? So then if it's like I just see a whole bunch of black.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Feels um feels empty here.
Mm. It feels empty there. Okay.
I don't feel an overall surrounding presence of God feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The only source of any light I can sense is myself.
Mm-hmm. The only source of light that you can sense is the presence of yourself.
What is this place?
What is this place?
Well, I don't know what this is, but I do not want to come back here unless it's 100% intentionally ever again. So, like, I'll just have it be known to everyone that I don't want to, you can't just drag me back there. I'm not coming back here unless I decide I want to. And thank you for your kind attention.
Let it be known that you will only return to this place if it is your doing,
Yeah,
not by any dragging
no.
of anything or anyone else. And so let it be known. Is there anything you'd like to say to this blue dude who might still be listening before we close this scene?
No.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to say or do to anything that is here before we close this scene?
Yeah, I just want to check with my like guides and higher self what was that?
Okay, let's check
So
in with them.
let's see. Oh, oh, okay. I okay. Oh. So um yeah, I'm just supposed to know that that's there. And then I'm like, okay, well, I don't like that. And how do I have that not happen again? And they're like, you can't. You that it might happen again, and that um it's like it's another form of practice of being so much more aware and learning to be um, uh, connected and um, have agency um, in all situations and uh, in proximity with all types of energy. That's the practice. So yeah, maybe my time in the sandbox is over, but I'm not getting kicked out completely. I just like they've opened the gates or something. Um,
Okay.
that I'm not just protected in the schoolyard anymore. Things can come and I have to learn how to deal with them. Is the message.
So
So
your time perhaps maybe over in the sandbox. The
yeah,
floodgates have opened and you've been shown that there's so much more. And so how do you feel being shown this by your guides that they're preparing you?
I feel accepting.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Accepting.
Hmm.
Scan your body. Where is that?
Acceptance. It's kind of all over. I feel that um, maybe I'm naive, but I really feel this strong sense that no harm will come to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I, and even this thing that happened, it was so scary, and I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
do it more. There's something in me that just thinks that it's gonna be okay. So I still have that. It hasn't been scared out of me. So I just think it's gonna be okay. but I have to learn to uh, be vigilant, and that there are dark entities that I can't just be lollygagging and loop de looping around. I have to like also have my own fucking back.
Mhm.
So that makes sense. I'm down with that. I can do that.
So you being naive, it creates a shield around you, and
Yeah.
now you're beginning to realize that you can't just be lollygagging around these entities that may be dark.
Yes.
And so knowing that, what has come to you? What new realization, perhaps? What direction was coming to you?
Um, I just have to keep doing what I'm doing. Right now, the truth, I'm working with truth and seeing all of reality in new ways. And that is the right path. And it's happening at the right speed.
Mhm.
So, um, I just have to keep saying yes to what presents itself.
So, truth is what you are working with.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, you just have to say yes with what is coming, what it is that you are working with. Very good. And so, is there anything else you'd like to ask your higher self, your deeper self, your guides?
Nope.
And is there anything that your guides wish to share with you before we close this scene?
Oh, yeah. Um, there's residue. So they're setting up. Ooh. So it looks like there's like it's hard to move this residue from
Mm-hmm.
whatever that thing happened. So that's another lesson. I have to like clean after. So they will set that up, but they're showing that I have like there's things I have to do after this tonight, like whatever. I gotta move my body around and clear my chakras and shit. So that's
There's
what I do.
there's residue, and they're showing you some ways in which you can clean this residue after the session.
And they're doing it
And they're
now.
doing it. They're doing it now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they're giving me the experience of doing both things, of being in the safe little bubble of like the grid and the field of God and pure love consciousness. It's so nice there. And then also the like abyss of darkness with hooligans running around. That's like also outside of it. So I can be in both places actually.
Mm-hmm. You can be in both places.
Mm-hmm. Or I can see them both anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can see them both. Very good. And so, is there anything else to see beyond the sandbox or within the sandbox, or anything else to say? or share with your guides?
No.
No? Okay. And is there anything else your guides want to share with you before we close the scene?
No.
So now it is time to count you back from 1 to 5. And on 5, you will open your eyes feeling energized and rejuvenated. 1, 2, bringing back with you all the tools and the techniques gained in the session. 3, returning to your body, becoming aware of the room that you are in. 4, begin to move your toes and your fingers. And 5, open your eyes when you're ready.
Hi, I'm here.